Yo, what's going on, people? So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about the number one thing that people hate in a property. The one thing that people don't want to see. The one issue that can really affect the value of a property and actually how much you can kind of get for the property as a whole. And that is damp. This bad boy right here. Damp is such a massive issue in almost every property. So it's very rare for you to find a property, no matter how new or old it is, without any form of damp or mold or some issues right there as well. But there's ways that you can kind of mitigate against it. There's ways you can kind of protect against it. I'm doing a massive renovation. I'm doing a whole renovation project, and this is an issue that I'm facing constantly, especially with older properties as well. Is that how do you insulate it properly? How do you keep the damp out, the cold away? And so one thing I want to say is that I want to show you ways I've kind of adjusted or I've combated it as well, and some issues I've faced with my damp. So hopefully you enjoy this video. How overgrown my garden is, guys. Lordy. Listen, any landscapers or gardeners out there that want to help out, hit me up in my emails or whatever it is. Yeah, but over to the video. There's a little bit of a problem, so I want to kind of discuss it with you. So as you remember, I think you remember me doing my office, that I had a wall, every time I painted it, like these blotches of color kept on coming in. And I realized that later it actually wasn't just the wall, it was actually that because of damp or some water coming through, there was a problem with the guttering. It's been fixed, but I think the waters are still in the wall. I haven't had radiators in this property since I've moved in because they don't work, the boiler doesn't work, so I'm still getting that all changed. So you can imagine for a few months now, this property hasn't been getting heat. And so not enough heat has been pumped into property to kind of heat up the walls, get out the moisture. Now on an inspection, all those external walls, you want to make sure that there's no damp or issues with them. So we're hacking them back. So I'm going to show you what it should look like and what it looks like in that room. So this is the normal wall and this is the wall that they've hacked back, right? So they've hacked it back now. However, the room that was the problem is this room over here. Over here. And you can already see that the color here is significantly darker, right? It's a lot more darker. It's a lot more wet. And you can even see here, you can see already. So this is the problem wall, and this is where the actual issue was before with the guttering. It was actually on this wall specifically with the old cast iron soil pipe, and some of the walls, it was so bad that there was like wood lice as well from the outside as well. It was really bad. So it was something that I knew I had to get treated. This wall was painted like the rest of the walls, like this wall and like this wall. But as you can see how dark the blemishes, the dark marks, and it was just painted and it was coming through. So this was a problem in itself. So the aim is to either hack it back, right, to this point here, yeah. Get like a dehumidifier into the room, just suck out the moisture, heat up the room. If that doesn't work, the next option would be to basically build a new wall, basically in front of it, add some insulation, blackening there so no moisture should come through. So that's the second option we have as well. So yeah, it's not always easy. Like, you do have problems and issues, but it's kind of like how you deal with it. You can either go the cheap way and say, do not forget about it and worry about it later, but you're spending too much money. You have to be practical, you have to be realistic. These things will happen. And so yeah, this is part and parcel of what happened. So yeah, just a quick one today. Let Tom do what he's doing. So obviously with this room, there was a bit of damp in the room. So it was suggested from Tom to basically potentially like board up this wall kind of with just some plywood, some joist. Pardon? 2x2. 2x2, thank you, some joist, so 2x2. And basically just board the wall out, strip it back, get some heat into the wall, because obviously I haven't had radiators in a very long time. And obviously just bring some life back to it and hopefully take out all the damp and moisture just in the property or in that wall specifically. And this was a problem wall. Even when I first moved into the property, I could see it was an issue before. This is where the cast iron pipes were, and this is where I had like a massive crack or breaking in the rendering. So the rendering was very hollow there. And I think it could have been due to just multiple different reasons. The guttering was absolutely finished when I first came to the property. So we're gonna build out the wall, and this should kind of foolproof, no damp, no issue. And this is probably the only wall in the house that has this problem. So we just thought, yeah, it would be worthwhile just building it out and kind of doing it that way. So yeah. So in the end, what I decided to do was to build the wall out.
I don't think I needed to do this, if I'm being honest. So this ended up making the room probably 10 centimeters smaller on both walls, which I didn't want to do. However, you kind of pay to be safe, right? So I didn't want to take any chances. So what I did is that I got Tom, as you can see here, he's building up the wall and then he's putting some level of insulation there. So this is to allow that any damp, if it does come through, which it shouldn't, because we've put heat to the walls and we've put masonry paint on the wall to stop the damp from coming through. So the next step was to get rid of what was causing most of the issues, the main problem, which was this soil slack. The tree was in the way, so the tree had to be cut down. This was no easy task at all, but it was the first step in rectifying the problem. So the next step was to definitely get some heat in the house, because obviously it hasn't had any form of heating in the property for years. And so just to bring the property back to life, to get the moisture out of the walls, and to make sure that there's no damp coming into the property, the next step was to get the radiators. One issue that came when trying to install the radiators is that while the radiators were being installed, one of the caps burst, which led to a leak. The leak was actually in the loft bedroom and it trickled down to the first floor, which you can imagine I was a bit worried. Water was coming down the spotlights and I got very worried because I was thinking, one, the paint had just started, two, the ceiling floorboards, are they going to be okay? And three, electricity and water don't mix. So it's going to be a massive problem or bigger problem in the future for me.
Right, all good?
Yeah, get in there. I'll show you to change the radiator cap.
Yep.
I've had it running for about 15-20 minutes.
Yep.
It's just gone.
Oh, wow.
So the cap just like,
Burst open?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'm going to get a new cap.
Cool.
Replace it.
All right, cool.
So as you can see here, here's when most of the damage happened up in the loft. It was very worrying at first. I was worried about my bed to see if anything had leaked through. Luckily, the damage wasn't massive, and so it was easy to be painted over. An aqua vacuum was used to suck up all the water to make sure there was no lasting damage and to protect the rest of the floorboards and the ceilings, which was great because that worked well.
It's just the evening, so I just thought I'd show you. So because everything hasn't been sealed in properly yet or concealed, I just wanted to make sure that I bought some of these diffusers. So you just open it, you peel it up, and you put it next to each like window, or not window, but like areas that damp could get collected as well. So you can see like the water that can kind of get from there. I'll show you one of the ones that I've opened before so you can kind of see. So look how much water was in this one. Crazy, right? So that's how much, and this was there for maybe a few weeks. So yeah, I'm just been buying them just to put around because we don't want any damp or moisture to get into the house, and then we're in the house as a whole. So that's what I'm doing now. So I just thought, yeah, I'll show you. Would you just get it open, fill this up, then don't damage the membrane, and just put it into the area where you feel like would get the most level of damp. So I'm just going to be doing that around the house right now to prevent any future issues.
So, and that's what I did to deal with the damp in my house. As you can see, I chose to give a bit of aesthetic for the outro of this video. You can tell that I decorated the tree myself because it's looking a bit scarce in certain bits, but it is what it is. Charge it to the game. But yeah, generally back to what I was saying in regards to damp. It is a very, very ongoing process with a lot of houses. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's things that I'd always say that if you can address as immediately, as soon as you've seen it, don't wait. Don't say I'll deal with it later, because it just builds and builds and builds. They say with water, it tries to get to the lowest point of any property. So if it goes into, think about your house, how it was built. Yeah, a lot of your house will be built on joists, which is made out of wood, right? Water and wood don't mix well together at all. So if you can, when you see these issues, try and address it straight away. It's not cheap, and me being fully transparent as I like to be, to do the damp area in that one room, plus some little bit of it, cost me £2,000. To hack the wall back, to build it back up, and to put plasterboard in, to put insulation in each bit of the wall cost me £2,000. I thought I was getting bumped, do you know what I'm saying? But again, when you're in that position, you have no choice. You don't want to put it, in that case, it was already too late. So I had to do a lot of remedies. There's other solutions which are much more expensive that thank goodness I didn't have to do. Just to put in perspective, when I bought my property, oh my gosh guys, I did a level 2 survey. So if you want to know more about surveys and reports and when you're purchasing a property, just drop comments in the below, like spam me with comments. If you spam me, I will do it, yeah? And I can't go into detail now, but there's 3 kind of surveys you can get. And I got the middle one, the level 2 survey, right? And this survey comes out and tells you all the things that are wrong with your property, all the issues that they can see. I had problems with them as a whole with the surveys, but that's another story for another day. And I'm gonna put here what they put, just for you can put, yeah. So level 3 is the worst possible thing you can do. This is urgent, must deal with immediately, yeah. Level 2 is the things that are serious, but could wait a time after you've done the urgent. And level 1s are like, okay, cool, fine, that you can live with. Everything was either level 3 or a level 2, everything, absolutely everything. The only thing that was a level 1 was my chimney. And best believe my chimney was probably the worst out of all of them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll show a video of my chimney here for you to explain. Like Tom was able to pick up my chimney, the chimney brick, like literally without nothing, with no help at all. It was not glued down. And so for them to say that that was okay, just obviously take what they say, not with a pinch of salt, but usually that's what helps you build your justification for when you're offering an offer on the house to let you know if the house is okay or not. I don't know why I'm going into this detail, but I want to stop there. And damp was a major issue. The outside walls were a major issue in the report. This is why I wanted to talk about it. There was a lot of issues that are already inside that property that I just didn't know about, or well, I did know about them, to be honest, that I did know about, but it was all related to some form of damp. I changed the roof, I changed the guttering, I changed the outdoor pipes or indoor walls as well. And all of those things in turn helped to reduce the level of damp or moisture in that property as well. As soon as I got the radiators, that really helped as well. But I just wanted to future-proof the house, make sure there was no issues and do it properly. So my steps to dealing with damp is obviously address the issue, number 1. Always address the issue. Number 2, what's the solution for that issue? Do you know what I'm saying? Where's the problem coming from? Why is it coming? Do you know what I'm saying? If the issue's, there's a leak from the roof, where's the leak specifically? Do you know what I'm saying? Address the roof, fix the roof. If it's condensation in the house, open your windows, wherever it is. And number 3, have preventative measures. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you have a dehumidifier? Do you open the windows a lot? Buy these things, or where, do you know what I'm saying? To make sure that it doesn't happen again. And those are my 3 steps to kind of dealing with damp, and that's how I'm doing it. I hope this video helped, and I hope this was useful as a whole, but I also wanted to show the good and the ugly side of things as well. It's not always rosy. Like, the house is coming along, as you can see. This is kind of a sneak peek, but I don't want to show you anything too much. Other videos are still coming out. It's not finished yet. As you can see, there's bits that still need to be painted, but it's coming along slowly. But I just wanted to give you an honest review. I don't want to make it look like, oh, this renovation thing is straight, so easy, and there's not work that needs to be done. There's always going to be work that needs to be done. It's just about you guys and your kind of like your attitude to how far you want to go. But guys, I hope you enjoy this one. I hope I drop another one before Christmas, but if I don't, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. Thank you for an amazing year, for the support and for the help you've done so far. Yeah, just wish you a happy new year, and we go again in the next year, man. Take care, man. Take care of yourself, guys. Catch you in a bit. Peace.